Oh. Okay, everybody, we will start with BBC Radio Leicester, please.
Press conference with Ian Stringer. Brendan, hi, it's Ian Stringer up in the commentary box. Just want to check that you can hear us okay.
Yes, fine, Ian.
Wonderful. Brendan, congratulations on clearly looking at the scoreline, an incredible win, a 5-0 win, and I know that you'll be very respectful to your opponents today. But one thing we were saying very much in the first half, your passing was crisp, obviously, you were moving it quickly and you were aggressive, but patience seemed really important, the mentality. I'd love to speak to you about that because the players didn't lose their heads, the goals weren't flowing, they kept calm. How important was patience in today's win?
Yeah, it was going to be very important. And you're playing obviously two similar sort of systems, so you know where the advantage is, and that's going to take a little bit of time to find that. But as you say, with good speed in our passing, just had to work them side to side, and I thought we could to press the. Our defending was good. We're very strong. We didn't give them too much time to settle on the ball. We were aggressive, and then when we had the ball, we worked it well. First goal was a wonderful goal, found the space well, runners in behind. And then we just reiterated at half-time, just that keep that simplicity in our game, lots of short passes, lots of combinations to work our way through and just keep them running. So, and then we get the second goal, wonderful goal by Ayo, and then like I said, you see the confidence then. It's just, and also everything, like you say, the patience, the quality, the aggression in the game was at a high level.
Kelechi Iheanacho, Brendan, was given man of the match, obviously a hat-trick for him. You've spoken of your delight in the previous two games where he's managed to get on the score sheet. Of course, this is the third game on the spin, but to score 3, I'd imagine you'll tell us that this is just reward for again, his attitude, but also his quality. He really does seem like a confidence player. The finish at the back post where he's just first time and that's all in instinct. He's clearly playing on confidence, but how pleased for you? How pleased for him are you individually, Brendan?
Yeah, delighted. I've always said, you can see the improvements in him day on day. He trains so hard, works well. You can see him up there with Jamie. His the combination's really good. And as you say, his two finishes. First one a bit closer, but you got to get there, and he's off his weaker foot, so it's a nice cushion finish. Same the second one, a bit further out. And then the third one's a wonderful strike. But he's clever. He drops into the space we want him to, gets turned, and then he fires it in from outside the box. But overall, his contribution tactically had a job to do when he was defending out on the side against their outside centre half. Did that very well, and now his overall game was very, very good.
And are we seeing a different side to Jamie Vardy, a selfless Jamie Vardy, a couple of assists and an own goal that ultimately came from him? It also looked like he was stretching his hamstrings quite a lot out there today as well. Brendan again, Jamie Vardy being Jamie Vardy, soldiered on and cracked on, but are we seeing a slightly different side to his game?
No, I have to say he's always had that. I think it just gets overlooked because he's probably always judged on his goals. But for me, he's always been a creator also. Like you say, the two passes he's made for Kells' goals was absolutely brilliant. The first one, great slide across the goal. Second one, dead weight, sees it early. Wonderful pass to behind their defensive line and puts it right there for Kells to score. And like you say, it was unfortunately breaks down, gets a shot, it's a deflection, so he probably doesn't get that one. But he had other chances. He was in there and he looked a threat all game. And he's more than goals, Jamie. He's developing his game all the time as well, coming short, linking it, connecting it, and he gives so much to the game as well.
Did he pick up a knock at all, Brendan, today?
I don't think so. But no, he was fine. He was probably just tired at the end of the game.
Ricardo, he was taken off as a substitute. Was that an injury problem or was it tactical?
No, he felt a tightness in his hamstring. It didn't go, but he just felt it that little bit tight. So there's no need for us to take the risk. And again, it's just remembering he's been out for such a long time. So we don't want to risk it if it's tight, and we need to bring him off.
and we'll speak to you ahead of it. But finally from me, Brendan, a win against Brighton last week, a win against Sheffield United with some goals. It's nice preparation ahead of an FA Cup game next weekend.
Yeah. No, we're excited by that. I'm excited with the team. We're getting players back, and important for us this week to get some coaching time in. That was key, along with the recovery. But yeah, we'll look forward to that. I've always said we want to give everything to the cup competitions, and quarter-final, that'll give us confidence now getting into that game next week.
Thanks for your time, Brendan.
Cheers. Thanks, Ian.
Okay, Tom Cole, then, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Tom.
From this angle, it looked like Jamie Vardy was back to his usual sharpness in terms of running in behind, which maybe he'd lacked in a few recent weeks. How pleasing was it for you to see that physically he looked so much fresher than he has recently?
Yeah. No, it's when he's at his best. You know, and you know when he's at his best, when he's moving and threatening the back line constantly, then you know he's at that level. It was unfortunate. He had to come in when he wasn't quite he's you know the level of fitness after the operation, but because of the level of injuries, we had no sort of real choice. But yeah, that combination of him and Kells and Ayo today was outstanding, and yeah, all creative in the movement, running in behind, short, and yeah, he may not have scored, but he was very influential for us.
Thank you.
Okay, Charlie White, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi. I mean, overall, just because of the all-round team performance, was that one of your sort of most impressive displays since you took over? Bearing in mind you had some key players as well, just not the fact that you've got a bloke that scored a hat-trick. It was such an impressive performance. Do you think that one's right up there?
Well, it was very good. I think if you look at Sheffield United's record over the course of time in the Premier League, and especially this season, even though they've lost a number of games, they've all been fairly tight. So you know that you have to really work them to break through the defensive line. But yeah, it was. No, I really enjoyed watching the team. Firstly, our defending, we were aggressive, pushed the team up the pitch. You know, we were really good in that aspect, and then some of our football, the creativity, the speed of our game was very good. So yeah, we played well.
Okay, Jordan, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hey, Jordan.
It was the first time you've played those three centre-backs together since they joined the club. I know they've been unavailable at times, but how do you think it went for their first game together?
Yeah, it was very good. All three are quality players, and you see the flexibility it gives us. You know, sometimes we're a three, sometimes we swivel into a four, and that's because of their intelligence and their qualities. So yeah, well, we kept a clean sheet as a team. That's important. We can defend the box. We were a good presence today. I think if you look at all three centre halves, Wilf in there as well, allows us to be dominant and physical. So yeah, I thought that the combination was good. Of course, we had some time this week to work, which is important. We'll have some time next week to work. But yeah, overall, I thought they connected very well.
Another debutant as well in Kenya Leshabela. I know he's had to be patient, and he's been on the bench quite a few times, but how do you think he got on?
Yeah, I said to him, listen, before you're going on, this is what you work all your career for. You know, you've been at this club for a long time. Get out there, show personality, take the ball and pass the ball and go and see if you can make something happen. So, no, it's a great reward for him. We've had a lot of our young players that have played come in, especially since the lockdown period, and they've really contributed. They haven't played as much because of the level of the players that's ahead of them. However, when I see the opportunity to give a young player that feeling and feel that reward, then I will always look to do that. And yeah, he came in, didn't look out of place, and yeah, he was fine in that 12, 13 minutes he was on.
Just one more, if you wouldn't mind. Was there a reason why no Dennis Pratt or Sydney Tavares in the squad today?
Yeah, Sydney wasn't well, and yeah, we just hoped that Dennis would be the third one that would come in along with Johnny, and he just didn't quite make it. So, but we're very confident after a good week next week he'll be ready.
Thanks, Brendan. Good play today.
Cheers, Jordan. Thank you.
Okay, Aidan McGee then, please.
Hi, Brendan. You've faced a side that have suffered quite a traumatic few days off the pitch. How pleased were you with the ruthlessness that your team showed? Because often you can face these sides who've had a managerial change and they can raise their level.
Yeah, well, that was something that was going to be important, Aidan, as you say, that you've got to really be focused on your own performance. You know, you can't worry so much about the opponent. Of course, it's, you know, Chris has done an amazing job there, and unfortunately, probably his ambition to go further with the club it hit the ceiling really for him and where he probably wanted to take it. But we know the mindset that they've had over these last numbers of years, so we know they're going to be competitive. We know they're going to fight because they're very honest and true to the game, the Sheffield United players. But today we really stamped our authority on the game and played very well collectively.
It was a difficult end to last season for you. When you compare then to entering a similar stage to the season now, do you feel that in contrast to this time at the end of last season, you're actually hitting your stride and feel a bit stronger than you did then?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think that there was circumstances last year when we came in after the lockdown, the numbers of players that we had out, obviously the rhythm was broken and it was tough for us. You know, part of the learning was that we needed to reinforce the squad in the summer. So if something happens again, then we at least have maybe get a little bit more depth. And that's going to be the same this summer. We'll need more depth of quality to help us. But I can't complain. There's a real calmness to the team. You've seen today the quality of their football, and that calmness is important, whatever stage of the season. But I've always said it's about where you'll finish on the 38th game. But at this moment in time, you know, we had to dig in a couple of performances. Today we show real quality, really dynamic and really creative. So, but game's gone now. We'll prepare and get ready for our next one.
Okay, last one to Dave Arlington, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Dave.
How you doing? You okay?
Good, thanks.
Just developing something you said there. I mean, it was 1-0 at half time. Always sensed that if you could get a second, that might put it beyond them. But you could have had 7 or 8 today.
We certainly created that many opportunities. If you think of chances, obviously Jamie had other moments where maybe the final pass, just that precision on the pass, that timing, the final pass just didn't quite get us in when we should have been. But yeah, we were very creative. Like I said, I thought we played the system well, took advantage of the spaces that we wanted to, and we're very clinical.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. Thanks.